is the Glass Cannon Network.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Garage. My name is Jared Logan. I'm the host. I'm the game master. This is a show where we play tabletop role-playing games. And this week, and for the next couple of weeks, we are playing a really new, just newly debuted World of Darkness game called Hunter the Reckoning. It's a game about desperate people using weapons to hunt down the supernatural. And that weapon might be a gun, or it might be their faith in God. Enough said about that for now, but we're very thankful to the World of Darkness Renegade Game Studios for creating that game. And we are really enjoying playing it so far. We just got through character creation. And now we are getting into the story proper with these amazing folks. She is an improviser. She is an actress. She is a hardcore streamer and role player. I have Josephine McAdam with me.
Hi.
Yay. Snaps. And I also have, to my left, I don't actually know what it looks like in your screen, but to my left, I have the fantastic hosts and stars of the mega podcast about a fictional mega church, gifted improvisers in their own right. Please welcome Greg Hess and Holly Laurent.
What's up, everybody?
Yay!
Here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons. How is everybody?
Yeah. So good.
So good.
Yeah.
We're slowly emerging from a cold. So if our character voices start to slightly change, it's because our immune systems are doing it, not because we're making conscious choices in that regard.
Right. And if I forget what a character sounded like and I make the character sound different, it's also because I have a cold.
Mm-hmm. And if I say anything offensive or otherwise disgusting, it's because I have a cold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you don't like the show, it's because you have a cold.
It's because you have COVID.
Yeah. And once you feel better, once you get better, you'll really love the show. So there you go. That's how that's working. Joe, what's going on in your life? How's martial arts going?
You know, it's going great.
Joe is a martial artist, you guys.
Wait, what kind of martial art do you practice, Joe?
Right now, I'm training in Tang Sudo.
Tang
never heard of
Sudo?
it.
That's made up. That doesn't sound real.
Sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. It happens to also be what Chuck Norris trained in.
Oh.
I learned like the other week. He didn't make it or anything, but you know.
Well, this is super appropriate to a hunter discussion because the hunters might use martial arts to dispatch monsters.
Yeah.
So tell me, can you tell us about Tang Sudo, a name that I still don't really believe
with
is
a G.
Tang Sudo. Even more fake. Okay,
It's
go ahead.
It's super similar to Taekwondo and karate. It's like very similar to karate.
Can I show what I know about it then? If it's similar to karate and taekwondo, that means that it's a hard style. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Because there's hard and soft styles, and the Japanese styles are generally hard styles, which means
it came from karate.
It came from karate. Okay, right on. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a soft style like where no one would hurt me or I wouldn't get like touched? I want a style that I look cool, but I don't ever want any bruising.
Yeah.
Tai Chi?
Tai Chi is great. I did Tai Chi for years. I love Tai Chi.
Okay.
Look into some Tai Chi. Lovely.
Can I fight monsters with Tai Chi, Jared?
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and rule yes, everybody. If you ask me a question, I'm just going to say yes, and then we'll figure out if it makes sense later.
Great.
Which of the styles is just Harry Styles touching me all over my body?
Holly.
Wow. Guys, Greg and Holly are actually in a couple, and this has just gotten really awkward for Greg.
It's gotten so awkward for me.
I think I just really fucked up, guys.
Wow, you really messed up in the middle of this recording of this game. You really hurt Greg. Is there anything you want to say to Greg to maybe make this white man's feelings feel better?
Yeah, or I can teach you some martial arts.
Oh yeah, teach us a move from Tang Soo Do.
I don't think Tang Sudo is going to make me feel better about your
but it
obviously
might make-
deep sexual desire for Harry Styles.
If Joe's sensei heard how we're talking about Tang Sudo, he would kick our asses right now. And why did I? God damn
she's
it!
really
And
gonna
she
kick
really
our
I'll
would
see
for that,
everybody
Jared.
later. I'll see.
Wow.
I'm gonna show
I
myself
see that
out.
assumption you made there.
You have
had
a
a
cold.
good run,
You
Jared.
have a
You had a
cold.
good-
I have a cold.
He has a
What
cold.
can I
Okay.
do?
All is forgiven.
I'm a little under the weather. Forgive me. Truly forgive me. In all sincerity, she. Wait, someone asked a question about it, or where are we?
Who knows?
We're going to learn a move from the sensei.
Oh yeah, we're gonna learn a move. Yeah, show us a move, please.
No. I can't. I cannot. I literally can't.
Isn't even
It's
this
secret.
move?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it's
Even
secret?
better.
Greg
Well,
was in a
it's like-
secret society in college.
No, it's like any martial. If you're training, like it's like very. You're not supposed to just like show
Yeah.
what you're doing, you know? Especially like the stuff we were learning last night was like new when someone's grabbing you or choking you or whatever, like getting out of those types of situations.
Wow.
Anytime we'd have someone visit the school at my previous school, like if we were doing those like sort of hand grabs, we would turn away. Like they couldn't watch those parts. I don't know why, but it's always been that way.
No, it makes sense. It's it's a proprietary system of self-defense. You don't want, and you also don't want amateurs going like, I think I saw something that'll work, and like trying stuff out where they could hurt
Yeah.
themselves.
I think it's
right?
more that.
That would be me. Joe, I always have this insane fear that I'll be on a Zoom call with someone and someone will be in their apartment, like in the background, like creeping into their apartment, and then I'm not able to like tell them because they're like I'm on mute or something. You'd be the perfect person to be like, just turn around and be like, "Gah!" Like this is this is like this is a COVID fear that I would be like on a Zoom and someone's like, "Wait, dude, I think there's someone in your house."
Wow, what a normal fear.
Yeah, totally normal fear. It's been
They
a good
made
2
movies
years.
about that, so yeah, that's a real fear. They've made movies where it's like he's on the call, he's in your house,
Yeah, exactly. He's on the Zoom call.
he's on the Zoom.
I've definitely had Twitch chat do that to me while I was like streaming, where they would freak me out because they'd say like someone was, and I'd turn around, there's nothing, there's never anything there.
Oh,
There's never anything.
boot that person from the chat. Who's playing
Yeah.
evil pranks on you like that?
In a work meeting.
Yeah.
Well, it's
This counts as a work meeting. We're in a work meeting right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of fear, we should get right down to it and back into our game
Yes.
of Hunter: The Reckoning. We decided to focus our campaign, our chronicle rather, a little bit by setting it in and around a church. Our church is called Crystal Point Community Church, and it's outside of St. Louis in a community called Green Garden, Missouri. Its pastor is Pastor Mark Cagle, and all of our player characters are members of this church. We have Kip Van Poplin, played by Greg, who is an usher with a criminal past. We have Winnie, a teen who is a member of the youth group, but also comes from a family that is maybe involved in investigation of the supernatural through one of the orgs, through a government organization. Her parents probably belong to that shadowy world of espionage. And finally, Ezekiel Gaius Oakley, played by Joe, who is his ambition is to become the #1 Christ influencer on the internet.
yeah.
So here's a brief recap that'll probably end up becoming way too long. But together, our crew were attending a youth service at Crystal Point Community Church, and they noticed that a lot of people were missing. There were a lot of missing faces from the meeting. And after talking to Pastor Mark Cagle, who gives success strategies and always reminds everybody to be the receptacle, after talking to him, they decided to kind of investigate where some of their normal parishioners have gotten off to. This church is not a mega church, but it's sizable. It's not a little church. It has about 1,000 parishioners regularly, and the youth group is usually really full, but there were a lot of missing faces. So our party split in two. One half of our party, the young members of our party, Ezekiel and Winnie, they did a little research on their fellow teens' Instagram accounts and found that there were photos taken of a site out in the woods, sort of mysterious photos of a site out in the woods known to everybody called the Clearing. And the Clearing is kind of where townies would go to drink and do drugs in the woods here in Green Garden, Missouri. When they arrived out in the Clearing, they were suddenly surrounded by a pack of dogs that began growling at them. Meanwhile, Kip Van Poplin took his two boys, Caleb and Eli, to McDonald's and then dropped by the house, the condo of Youth Minister Brian Talbot, who was also absent from the youth meeting. And Brian Talbot seems to be in a bit of an agitated state, says that he's no longer going back to the false church that is Crystal Point Community Church, and that the reason that he's not going back anymore is that he's found a new church, and at that church he has seen angels. And that is kind of where we left it. So I will now bring us back into the story, and let's pick up where we left off with Ezekiel and Winnie in the clearing as dogs kind of come out of the shadows. And a question was asked before we start playing today. What kind of dogs are these? They are of all different types. Mostly they look to be mixed breed, mutts, but they are of all different sizes and shapes. Yes, there is a little dog among them. Yes, but the scene is, you are in this dark clearing. You can tell there were a lot of chairs set up here earlier for some sort of meeting in the middle of the clearing. The clearing looks different than it normally does, which is just a couple old dirty couches. Now it's filled with chairs, and there is even a light set up for someone to get lights on up here. But as you were looking around, you suddenly found yourself surrounded by these dogs. Their eyes glow in the moonlight as they slowly pad out of the woods towards you. Mm-hmm. And they are all growling in unison, snarling, and they look
I was about to ask for a vibe
very,
check,
very angry. What were you going to ask?
I was going to ask for a vibe check, but I got it with that description. Perfect.
The check is snarling, aggressive, and in fact, as you're standing here, a couple start barking at you in a very aggressive way. There are like 10 dogs here. Winnie and Ezekiel, what do you do?
Whoa. I didn't know there was going to be a puppy party tonight. I'm sorry, Winnie.
Grab that rock by where it looks like they're
rock.
The rocks around
what?
To the rocks that they put around where they had a fire. Grab a rock.
Yeah, but why am I great? You want me to hit a dog, Winnie?
No,
what's going on?
we're just gonna hold our rocks up and show the dogs we have an understanding.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna grab some rocks.
Okay, great. You do that. You now feel maybe a little better. You are armed with a rock. The dogs begin to become more aggressive, and they are moving toward you, and they are barking. And it seems that they didn't become aggressive until you entered the clearing. So are you going to stand your ground, or are you going to move, or are you going to do a third thing I haven't thought of?
I'm gonna take out my board from my backpack. The back has like a beautiful hand spray painted design of Jesus embracing me.
Lovely. On your skateboard.
Yeah, skateboard, sorry.
Yeah.
And I'd like to just have that by my side, because it makes me feel like I'm, a little more protected than usual.
It's shaped like a shield.
Yeah, here, get behind me.
I also have my bike, so put the bike in front of us.
That out.
We can go behind, back to back, put the bike on one side, put the board on the other side.
Yeah.
Or do you want to just get out of the clearing? Is it that we're here? Are they protecting this space?
You think so? All right, let's shuffle up. We'll do let's combine that. I will move back to back with Winnie.
With the bike.
Yeah,
and the board.
And we'll kind of slowly shuffle. Yeah.
You're shuffling away. Okay. Let me tell you that as you shuffle away, it looks like they start to calm down a little bit. They stop barking as much. And as you are moving toward the edge of the clearing, yes, you can tell that seems to relax them. So this motley collection of dogs appears to be protecting this space. Another thing happens, which is as they are growling at you, Winnie, one of the dogs, it appears to look deep into your eyes for a moment, and there's a connection there for a moment. Do you feel that you pursue this sort of connection with this beast, or do you think that you are wary of whatever it's doing or whatever this connection is, and you move out of the clearing immediately? This dog, by the way, is big, it's gray, it's got matted fur. Who knows? It looks like 4 or 5 different breeds made this dog. It's big and it's still growling, but for whatever reason, just for a moment, you feel like it's seeing into your soul.
Well, first of all, I know that like eye contact is with dogs, it is like a check of dominance. So I immediately like avert my eyes to let it know that I'm not challenging its dominance, but then I bring my eyes right back to say, no, maybe I am dominant. And also, I look deeper because I wonder, do you and I know each other?
Amazing. If you look deeper, then I'm going to give you a moment, if you'd like to try to roll composure plus animal ken. Do you have any animal ken at all?
I've 1 in animal.
Okay. And what is your composure?
1.
Oh, you only have a composure of
Whoa.
1. Okay, well, yeah, let's go ahead and see if you yield any successes here.
9 and 7.
A 9 and a 7, 2 successes. So I can tell you that the dog, when it's like looking at you, this particular dog, the other dogs continue to growl, but it suddenly stops growling and it moves down into a position of submission to you, Winnie.
Ooh.
Yes.
What? Whoa. Did you just have a moment? Did you just have a moment with that dog, Winnie? What's going on?
That dog just gave me status. Like I'm higher status than this dog, and this is like one of the bigger dogs. Let's go back into the clearing. Zeke.
Can you do this with all of them?
Should I try?
Yeah, I mean, look at me right now. Yeah, there's something happening with you right now. I mean, like, yeah, keep looking at him.
All right.
I can tell you that moment where you kind of gained status over the dog, it made you feel really kind of full and complete and harmonious inside for a moment. Something special went on there. So it sounds like you're going to re-enter the clearing and then immediately try to get the other dogs to submit as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. First by showing my back to the dog that just submitted to me, to let it know that I'm not threatened by it, and so all the other dogs see it. And then I move slowly with Zeke back toward the clearing, judging their body language as I do.
Okay.
As we do.
All right. I think that you could make another roll, and this is to get all of the dogs to kind of stand down. I think that in this case, let's make it charisma plus animal ken.
Ooh, that's gonna be 4.
And tell me what you're saying or doing.
I have a 9 and an 8.
Okay.
And as Zeke and I are moving back in, I'm standing taller, and I'm again like showing my back to all the dogs to show them I'm not threatened as I move directly back into the clearing.
Very good. Unfortunately, 2 successes is not enough for all of these dogs. The difficulty was higher than 2. And so as you move into the clearing, the dogs sense your aggression and the fact that you've broken eye contact with them, and they all leap to attack both of you.
No, be back, foul
except
beast.
for, we'll call him the gray dog that you earlier cowed. that one sort of leaps in front of you and is growling back at the other dogs.
Whoa.
Its intervention gives you one final decision. You can leave, you can stay and fight them, you can look around in the clearing real quick. Maybe you want to investigate this area and find something before they all leap and attack you. But for right now, the gray dog is growling and standing its ground against the others.
While I have that momentary ally, I want to quickly investigate, and then Zeke and I are getting the hell out of here.
Okay, great.
While Winnie investigates, Zeke is like playing the hero here and starts like swinging the board around, to kind of like sort of the way that you would like try to dissuade something from getting closer, right? He's like swinging it each way, like, no, get back. I'm warning you.
Oh, okay. If you're swinging the board and trying to protect them that way, okay. What skill do you think you're using to kind of investigate the area here, Winnie? What do you think you're looking for, or what are you trying to find out? Anything specific? I know I dangled it in front of you, and now I'm like, but what are you trying? So let's see. There is an investigation skill. Would you want to roll your wits plus investigation while you're looking around the clearing?
Or what about awareness? If you've got better awareness.
Awareness would work as well.
Argue with Jared is what I'm gonna just...
No, that's good.
My awareness is 3, and my wits is 4.
Oh yeah, you should try it. You should see what you can find out.
Okay. 8, 6, 9, 8.
8, 6, 9, 8. That's 4 successes. So that's really, really well done. So what you find out is that you already noticed what was really kind of significant about the clearing itself, that there was some sort of meeting here earlier and a lot of people attended. But what you notice is that just a stone's throw away, through the woods, back through the woods, down the hill, there you can see a little bit of the overpass of the highway, and you can see a light beneath that overpass. There is some sort of something making a light down the hill away from this clearing, and that indicates some sort of human activity.
Zeke, someone's under the bridge. You want to go down there? Let's get out of here.
All right, let's go.
Okay, and so you guys are leaving the clearing now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you leave the clearing, the dogs sort of go back to sort of following you, and you can hear them very clearly now. They're not quite as stealthy now that you're aware of their presence, and you can hear twigs breaking and leaves being crushed under their paws as they sort of sidle along on either side of you. But now they're off in the darkness. You don't have the moonlight to kind of spot them in. But you can see that the big gray dog is staying close to you, Winnie. And that is why I would like to go ahead and give you an edge. You have earned the edge, Beast Whisperer.
Whisperer, yeah! I knew it! I longed for it. I dreamed of it. I felt it before it became a reality.
Yes, so Beast Whisperer allows you to have animals that act as your allies, as your sidekick, especially in tight and desperate situations. You need to tell me, do you think that you want to take a perk for that right now? Because there are several different perks available for it, and they're quite interesting. One allows you to give complex commands to the creature. To be clear, it seems like your connection is sort of spontaneous and seems to be almost supernatural in its how acute your connection is to this animal. So would you like to give it a perk, or do you think you might have more edges coming to you? Because characters either get 2 edges and 1 perk, or they get 1 edge with 2 perks.
Oh, okay.
I want this acute one, man. I mean, my favorite thing, if I could live in any sci-fi, it would be in his Dark Materials, where I have a daemon that is my soul living outside my body as an animal. And I have sat with a shaman before who who took me on a guided meditation, and I met my like spirit animal, and it was a gray, like battered up old big like wolf dog.
I'm just glad it wasn't Harry
In real
Styles.
That's awesome. I can't believe that. I can't believe that that's true. Well,
You just conjured my actual like. I've seen her before. It's a female.
well, then I think we put all the perks into this creature, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm going and I'm looking at what the perks are for Beast Whisperer, and it looks like the options are incorruptible. The animal is immune to supernatural powers that would sway it from your side. Menagerie, you can choose another animal and add it to your pool of animals.
Definitely going for a bird.
Oh, she's gonna get multiple, y'all.
I like Lord of the Rings. You got the birds come at the last second, man.
Complex commands. The animal can understand and execute more complex commands, such as retrieval of specific objects, keeping a lookout for certain individuals, or incognito. The animal can masterfully stay out of sight, hiding just out of observation range, or blending in for practically any situation. So, if you're gonna just put all of your eggs into the Beast Whisperer basket, then you need to pick 2 of these. What do you think they are? It sounds like you want a menagerie so you can have other animals.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then you get one more.
Remember that first one though, that incorruptible might be right, so that they can't be swayed away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want that one too.
But what about the commands? The
There's
commands
only
are so
two-
cool.
Yeah. Command is cool.
Oh yeah, I gotta protect my wolf. Incorruptible and commands.
Okay, so we're abandoning the that you have a bird as well, and
I
we're
want
going with
fowl of the sky.
I don't know. Bird's a hat on a hat.
the bird could be a hat on a hat. It could be.
It could be, and I'll just be a drone jockey if I need to come from the air.
Yes, one of the edges is drone jockey. You'll have to earn a lot of XP because right now your edge is Beast Whisperer, and you have 2 perks for it: incorruptible and complex commands. And what I will let you know, Winnie, as you look over at this dog again, as you're traveling through the woods with it, you realize that the dog is almost speaking to you in the way it's kind of looking at you, but for a moment, just for a moment, you hear or feel another presence around it, like pulling at it, like trying to pull it away from you.
Ooh, someone is trying to corrupt my incorruptible beast, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Zeke, I have a feeling we're not alone again.
Oh yeah, did you see all these dogs?
Yeah, they're following us.
Yeah, what the heck? Did you do this? Did you?
I don't know how this is happening. I'm gonna be really honest with you.
Oh all right, there's only one guy who's gonna have the answers. I'm gonna take out my phone and open up my text thread with God, and I'm gonna text like, "Hey God, it's me again. Really freak."
Forgive me. Let me get a little bit of context here. You have a text thread with God?
Does God ever text you back?
Who is the text actually going to? Because I don't think that God has an actual phone.
Yeah. I think it's going to some program that like Zeke has set up that just lets him like text God.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
Maybe-
so is it like one of those like simple AIs
like an app.
or? It's an app. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I hear you. Okay, so there's an app that allows you to text God. I think that that's absolutely real in this universe. And so, what are you texting to God?
Okay. Hey, it's me again. Look, dude, I'm in a tight spot and I could really use your radiance right now. I've got a newcomer in town, Winnie, and I really don't want her to be spooked. But we've got these doggos surrounding us every which way, and shit does not feel. I'm sorry. Stuff does not feel right now.
So actually, you just typed shit for a second, and then you thought better of it, and you backspaced, and then you wrote the rest of your message. And usually, when you use this app, this is an app that was made. It's on the App Store, and it usually just gives you sort of an AI response, and then maybe quotes a biblical scripture at you. But on this particular occasion, it suddenly shoots back, "God doesn't care if you curse." And then the next thing it says is, "My followers are being led astray by a false prophet. Find the false prophet."
Your app just come alive, dude?
God just texted me, Winnie. God just texted me. He says we've got to find the false prophet. There is a false prophet trying to lead his followers astray. We got to do this. I'm going to grab Winnie's shoulders and look her right in the eye. We gotta. God needs our help, Winnie. This is our calling.
Right. Okay, cool.
Look at the text. Whoa. Yeah.
You've arrived a lot closer to the space under the overpass where there's light, and you suddenly realize that there's a very old house, and that house must have been built maybe even in the 19th century. It's extremely old and decrepit and falling apart, but it's large. It's a large ramshackle old manor. It's covered in kudzu and weeds, to where the front of it it's hard to tell that there's a house there because there's so much foliage kind of covering the face of it, and it's also in the shadow of the overpass, so people probably don't even notice it when they drive by. But this house, it looks like it should be abandoned, but there's a light on in the upstairs window.
We've been led here. This is our path.
Yeah. I would rather stay sort of undetected, not just walk up and ring the doorbell or knock. Maybe go around the periphery, just look around.
Periphery, okay.
If the dogs keep it down, maybe look around before we possibly check out the knocking on the front door.
As you take a step toward it, the dogs once again start to run out of the woods and form a circle around it and turn to face you with an aggressive stance. Yep. Meanwhile, Kip, you just had a pretty disturbing conversation with Youth Minister Brian Talbot. He seems to think that there's a true church that has shown him angels and that's operating here in Green Gardens, Missouri. He says that he wants to take you to a service and that there's one happening tomorrow night. What do you do with him? How do you end that sort of encounter with him? Your sons are in the car eating McDonald's. They're going to wonder where you've gone.
Yeah, my sons. Hey guys, yeah. All right, yeah, my sons are finishing up their quarter pounders there. Hey Brian, I trust you, buddy. I'm here for you, and I'm gonna back you up. You seem a little out of sorts, but look, I know you're a man of God, and I'm a man of God, and
that's right. That's why I knew I could share this with you. Why I can bring you in. You're one of the people, that keeps a pure heart, Kip. I know that about you.
Yeah, I'd certainly try.
So tomorrow night. You know the place they call the clearing?
Oh, that place where all the high school kids get off to and get into trouble?
It's been sanctified. It's where we hold our services. We don't hold them inside a traditional church. We're out in God's creation now.
Well, all right. Brian, I'd never second guess you. I mean, you've led the youth group. I mean, the youth group's doubled in size, at least not the other night. But I trust you. I'll check out your service. I
was leading them astray. I was wasting my time. Now, finally, I have a real connection with Jesus and with God. I can't wait to share it with you.
All right, I'll be there. What time?
10 o'clock.
All right, well, I'm gonna send my boys back home. Eli and Caleb got to rest up for wrestling tomorrow.
That's right. Now, what do you want to do? Do you want to, you can sleep, you can prepare for the next day, prepare for that meeting, you can do some investigating, you can do a third thing I haven't thought of. What do you think Kip's next move is?
Here's the thing.
As he closes the door, looking at the closed door of Brian's condo and thinking about all that's transpired.
Well, I think, Kip is, I'm a little bit worried, honestly, about Brian. To his face, I'm definitely going to go to the clearing, but I don't want to just go there. One thing I don't do is fly blind. And if there's anything that I know is before Kip makes a move, he's gonna make sure he's gamed out all the possibilities. So what I'm gonna do is I've got a lot of manipulation. Kip is a good manipulator. So I think I'm wondering if I could do some investigation / stealth maybe.
Okay.
And maybe I could go to the clearing. Maybe I could go to the clearing and check it out for myself, because I know where the clearing is, and I just want to make sure I know what's going on.
I bet we were vocal about going too when we left. Weren't we saying that's where we were going to?
Yeah. And so
maybe
he does know the girls, Zeke and Winnie have gone there.
Yes.
So he's putting that together. So I think,
maybe he thinks that where they've gone is a little dangerous now, possibly.
Yeah. He definitely thinks it's odd that the clearing has come up 2 times in a night.
Yes. Okay, very good. So I'm going to just cut to the chase. I think that you arrive in the clearing and you can tell that there's been recent activity here. There's a lot of footprints, including... we can say that I think it's safe to say Kip has a flashlight, right? Maybe he's using the flashlight on his phone, like the kids did.
It's actually one of those keychain. It's a little like retractable keychain flashlight. It snaps back in. He uses a BlackBerry phone. His phone's shit.
Yes. So you see a lot of animal prints. You see a lot of human footprints. You see some that seem new. This is a very little muddy kind of clearing.
The heck is
so
going
all of it
on
stands out in stark relief.
I'm glad I left the boys at home. I wouldn't want them to see this garbage.
And you too notice, after looking for a while, a light in the distance.
Yeah, well, there's definitely something going on out here. These teens are running amok. I think I better go check out this. I'm gonna go ahead and scamper my way down the hill here and see what's going on with this light.
As you are walking through the woods toward this light, you hear in the distance a bunch of dogs barking angrily.
Dang it, I hate dogs.
Oh, no.
I've gotten...
what a likable character trait.
I hate dogs. I every time I've been around it, I'm most likely to get bitten when it comes to dogs. Dogs just don't like. I hate dogs and dogs hate me.
Well, Kip has the repulsive trait, the repulsive flaw, and I think it's not all to do with looks. It's also just with like Kip's sort of vibe. Yeah, his energy. Yeah.
Kip. Just kind of nervously run my hands through my thinning, greasy hair. I've got one of those. No one can really tell if it's a receding hairline or just hair loss, because it's like it starts at the right place, but it's very thin, and he combs it back, so it's just
right.
I'm just kind of nervously running my hands through that thin, greasy hair.
Did it used to be red like his boys?
Yeah, and now it's the color of like a gross colored copper.
Right.
It's almost like got a green tint to it. It's weird. It's like copper that's been oxidized.
Right. No, we get it. He's repulsive.
Yeah.
Kip, when you hear this chorus of animals suddenly acting, they're clearly acting very aggressive. Do you want to rush to that location? Do you want to go very cautiously? How do you want to proceed?
I'm gonna creep. So I'm actually gonna go. So describe to me, Jared, the overpass. Where's the house?
So you'd have to go down the hill through the woods, and eventually the woods sort of end as you go down this like pretty steep slope.
Okay.
And then you come into, sort of, I wouldn't call it a valley, but it's like one of those areas where it slopes down, and then when it slopes back up, you get to the highway and the overpass. But here in that nook, tucked back against the hill, the dell, yes, tucked back into this dell, perfect, is this old house.
What's a dell?
A small clearing.
I mean, I know who Adele is, but what is
who is Adele?
Adele.
It's exactly what Greg said. It's like a small clearing, a small valley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And would I be able to see anything if I went? So rather than going down the dell, could I go up around the scoop to the overpass and look down and see anything?
Yeah, I think that you could. So why don't you give me a roll? I think that this requires some athletics because you are kind of climbing up the side of the hill here where there isn't it's not very easy to walk, and you're going to come very close to the house's second floor as you do this.
Oh, great. And I think what I'd like to do is, I'd like to kind of skirt the edge and get up on the overpass and try to see into wherever this light is coming from, this house.
Very good. You can do that.
Okay. How many should I roll here?
You should roll your athletics plus your, I think, dexterity would be appropriate here.
This isn't going to go well for anybody. Okay, so my dexterity is a 2 and my athletics is a 0.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so dexterity 2, athletics 0. And in fact, I think when you're untrained in something like athletics 0, I think that the rules say to penalize you one more die. So I think you're going to roll one die here and hope that it comes up 6 or above.
Okay, here we go. I mean, I could be subterfuge, any of those? Come on. Okay, I'm 5.
A 5 is a failure. And so what happens is, Kip, you climb you're climbing along, you're trying to get up to the overpass.
Why
you
the
hear
heck
the dogs
did I think
barking.
I could do this?
You don't quite have a view of where they're at yet, and then finally you come like over the edge of the house and you can see where Winnie and Zeke are standing, and then there's a line of animals like growling and barking at them, and you see that just before you lose your balance, a rock comes out from under your foot, and you roll down the side of the hill. Please roll your stamina right now to see if you sustain an injury from this fall.
Stamina 1.
Oh my god, I forgot you have a stamina of 1.
No.
6.
A 6. Okay, that's a success. So I'm going to say that the fall is more embarrassing than it is damaging. And so suddenly, Kip, you roll down and you land in the dirt right in front of Winnie and Zeke, between them and the dogs. And unfortunately, everyone, that is enough for the dogs to suddenly become so agitated that they attack.
No!
So what is everybody going to do this round? The dogs start to leap forward, snarling, and they're leaping onto Kip first because he has fallen into this area. So what is everybody going to do? First, we're going to all state what we're going to do, and then we're going to all roll.
Okay.
So and all the rolls happen simultaneously in the World of Darkness system. Rolls all just happen at once. There's not like an initiative order like you'd have in, say, a 5e game. All right, so let's start with the person who's in the most danger here. Kip, these dogs are running at you, snarling, and they're about to leap onto you. What are you going to do this round?
I mean, I'm just going to turn around and run as fast as I can into the like house, basically. Like I'm gonna
Running straight for the house.
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
great. I love it.
Screw these kids.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, who cares about these kids? I hate getting bit by dogs. This happens. This happened in my whole life.
Zeke, this has happened to you before?
Oh, I've gotten bit by a dog. Every time I'm around a dog, I get bit.
Poor Kip, but understandable. Zeke, what are you going to do as these dogs leap forward and start to try to ravage poor Kip?
Shit. I've got God on my side here. I feel indestructible. I'm gonna put my board down and like stick it in the ground, like my little like
Stonehenge?
yeah, to Jesus, and I'm gonna stick that there. Be like, Winnie, let's go. We gotta protect the old dude.
Man, I'm 46.
Yeah, Mr. Van Poplin's running for the house.
I know. He knows what he's doing, right? Let's follow. And so, yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, place a skateboard, look at the dogs, be like, you can't hurt me. I got God on speed dial. and then I'll turn to follow.
Okay, so you're running after him. So we're going to roll in a minute to see how this all goes. But both Zeke and Kip are about to run for the door. What about Winnie? What is Winnie going to do? And of course, all the talk is completely legal. You guys could yell at each other. We got to help Mr. Van Poplin or whatever you just said. So Winnie, what are you going to do this round?
I've instinctually just like held up my bike in between me and any attacking beast. But I also simultaneously have looked back over at my gnarly gray friend, and I want to see if I can get my friend to begin to act out my will.
Very good. If you would like, so now I'm going to tell you what pools to put together. So there are two that are just running for the door, not trying to engage with the dogs, Zeke and Kip. Please put together a dexterity plus athletics roll. For Winnie, what specifically are you trying to get your dog to do? To protect your friends, to protect you, to just attack the dogs? What are you telling it to do?
I'm asking it to both stay between me and any attackers and also communicate to the other canines that I am alpha.
That's two things. Which one would you like? Does it communicate to them that you're the alpha, or does it protect you as you run toward the door?
It protects me as I run toward the door.
Great. Let's go ahead and give it a command. You are going to roll your charisma plus animal ken, and the other two are going to roll their dexterity plus athletics, and I'm going to roll something for the dogs.
Ooh. Finance?
I'm rolling finance for all of the dogs. Here we go.
Jared, are we allowed to curse?
Fuck yeah.
Late question.
That's a little late for Holly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think I had a motherfucker out there.
Yeah, fuck it up. Say whatever you want. Okay, so I would like to know, how did your command go, Winnie?
It was garbage. Out of 4, I have a 7.
You have 1 7. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what happens in a moment. And then, how did our dexterity plus athletics roll go for Zeke?
It went super well. I got 4 successes.
That's excellent. And then, how about the dexterity plus athletics roll for Kip?
It went super not well. I got 2 5s. I do have I'm really streetwise. But,
No, Streetwise won't help you here. Streetwise won't help you with a pack of snarling dogs.
Dang it.
So, here's what happens. Your result, Winnie, the dog is sort of confused. It's kind of confused, I think probably because you were asking it to do 2 things, at once at first. And so as you run for the door, it doesn't quite know what to do, and it stays back kind of growling. And so you are, how many successes did you get again? 2, right?
1.
Okay. So the dogs do attack you, and your dog does not get in the way of them. And 2 of them grab onto you, and they're snarling as they rip at your jeans and arm. And you're going to take 1 level of superficial damage. Oof. What does that mean? On your health meter, please just make not an X, a slash mark. And put it to the far left of your health meter.
Okay.
Zeke, you, being the most athletic, I think, of our entire party, are able to mad dash. Like, the dogs are forming a perimeter to make sure people can't get into the house, and you just duck and weave around them, no problem. And you have arrived at the door to the house without an issue.
Okay, yeah, I feel I would freeze at the door realizing I'm alone for sure.
Yeah, Kip.
What about me?
Kip, you only got 1 success, and the dogs got more successes than that in their attack, and so they leap on you, and I think that 3 dogs have leapt onto Kip and are ripping at his clothes, at his tie, I assume he's wearing.
It's a bolo tie.
Yeah, at his weird, what did you say, like, flashlight that's on like a weird keychain thing?
Yeah.
They're ripping at your bolo tie, and you take a point of superficial damage. So now we have 2 characters that are being ripped at by these dogs, and 1 that has arrived at the door. New round. Let's start with our character that's still untouched. Joe, what does Zeke do this round?
Okay, so I think he turns around.
Help!
Yeah, he turns around, sees what's happening. So they're both like being sicked on by dogs, right?
That's right.
All right. Gonna clutch my phone. I'm gonna walk back out, arms outstretched, the phone out with my text thread open, and be like, and walk to where my friends are and try to have this like protective stance and say like, back foul beasts.
I'm just glad you called me a friend.
God does not wish for you to walk this path. Do not stray.
Done. I'll tell you what, I know exactly what's happening here, and I'll tell you what pool to put together for that in just a moment. What about our friends who are getting gnawed on by canines? What about you, Winnie? What do you do? You could try using your friend again, or you could do something physical yourself to get free. You could run toward the door. You could run away from the house.
I'm punching and kicking and running toward Zeke.
Sounds like you're putting together a pool to hurt the dogs that are hurting you. And that's completely... Look, guys, I told you there'd be adult themes in this game. A warning, someone might punch a dog in the face. Please give me a strength plus brawl pool, but don't roll it quite yet, Holly. Just give it, but you're going to put together your strength plus brawl. And what about you, Kip? What are you going to do as the dogs gnaw and tear at your clothes and ruin your beautiful bolo tie?
And that one had a turquoise in it. I mean, Kip is real. This is like Kip's worst nightmare because, you know, I really am not good with dogs. I'm really not physically very good. But Kip, when backed into a corner, I mean, what the heck? What the heck do you do with a bunch of dogs tearing you up if you got none of the physical skills to...
You could hit them like Winnie's gonna.
Yeah.
Or you could just try to get free and run from them.
I think what I'm gonna do is... Yeah, one thing I do have, Jared, we'll see if this works. There's I do have a pocket protector, right?
Yeah.
In my pocket protector is a tire pressure gauge, You know those things?
Yes.
Can I use that to possibly stab at the dogs?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm going to try to stab at the dogs with my tire pressure gauge.
God
Give me a
damn it,
strength
Kip.
plus melee dice pool. Put a strength plus melee dice pool together. And my friend Joe, your Zeke's dice pool is going to be resolve plus occult.
All right.
And here's what's going to happen. The second you hold up your phone, the power of Christ flows within you. You feel yourself channeling God's word through the phone. And let's see if you're able to adequately channel it as the dogs roll to attack again.
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay, yeah, you guys can go ahead and roll as well.
I got 2 successes.
Oh, I
Two
might have made a
successes.
terrible mistake.
Okay, so it
Possibly
feels
I'll
like
just get killed by dogs here in episode 2.
it could happen. Okay, it feels like it's not quite. Let's see. I'm looking at the difficulty here. Difficulty set by the storyteller. Okay. Okay, I know exactly what's happened. So yes, as you are doing this, the other dogs that aren't currently gnawing on your friends, they immediately like sort of back off and like start whining, and they kind of give you space, and it's almost like the light of your phone is kind of shining into all of their eyes at once, and they all like kind of make submissive postures, like they can't stare quite directly at that light, and you have earned an edge. Yeah. And that edge is repel the unnatural.
Yes! God's power flowing through me.
Yes.
And it feels so good.
So good.
So
good.
with
Oh,
your
no, does this
repel
just
the
mean-
unnatural edge,
It just means she's going to repel Kip and not the dogs.
with your repel the unnatural edge, you can take 2 perks for this, or you can save up and get another edge in a little bit. 2 edges and 1 perk, or 1 edge, 2 perks. Does that make sense? It doesn't to
I'm
even
gonna
me.
take-
I said
I'll just
I said
do
a
the
garble.
1 perk so that eventually I might get another edge.
That's right. That's correct.
Yeah, I'll do 1 perk, and I think it's gonna be Ward.
Ward. The hunter can extend the area of protection to include an area roughly 2 meters around them, with an additional meter for each success in the margin. There was no margin
Sure.
here. 2 is just enough to
Yeah.
get this to work. But you have now created this sort of area around you that would be safe for anybody that ran into it.
Okay.
Now let's find out how Winnie did. Winnie, how did you roll with your
0
punch?
successes. And I made a huge mistake because I forgot that I only have 2 on strength. I put my other shit in melee over brawl, son of a gun. And so I got 0 successes. That I've made a mistake.
That's okay. Here's what I'm going to narrate. You're getting ripped up pretty badly by these things, and I was about to give you another point of superficial damage when your companion suddenly inserts himself, like leaps on one of them, pushes it out of the way. So your beast companion has saved you from 1 level of superficial damage, but there's still a dog on top of you. Kip Van Poplin, how did you roll?
I'm over here getting my butt kicked.
Wait, how far apart are they? Because my intention was walking to them.
Okay, I'd say that at the end of this round, you will have walked to them and put them within the light of your holy aura.
Okay, I have 0. I rolled a 0. I had one roll and I rolled a 0.
Okay, so you got
Classic
0
Kip.
success. Oh, wait,
you got a
rolled
0 on the die?
You rolled a 0? Like, that's what came up on the dice?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a 10. That means you got a
that's right.
success.
Oh, right. That's right. I forget this.
That means you're bashing the animals off of you quite adequately, because they only got a success too. So you're bashing them away quite adequately.
stabbing them with my tire pressure gauge.
Oh God! And then as you do this, Zeke suddenly is beside you and Winnie, holding up his phone, and the animals suddenly release you and slink away. And soon you find yourselves at the front door of this house, all three of you, with Zeke holding up his phone, and the animals have made a perimeter except for Winnie's friend, the gray
Gnarly
dog.
Gray.
Yeah, which is kind of like licking you and trying to like kind of revive you and help you off the ground, Winnie. What do you do next? We're out of combat.
We're
the
out the
animals
door?
are held at bay. Yeah, the animals are held at bay. They're staying just outside of that, that 2 meter ward that you've established. Yeah.
Thanks, Zeke.
Yeah, no, thank God, Winnie. All right. What the heck's going on? Mr. Van Poplin, like, what is this?
I'm hurt pretty bad. That's gonna need a stitch.
Wait, hold up. Can I pull out a protein shake from my backpack
Absolutely.
and hand it to Mr. Van Poplin? And I don't know how nutritionist works. Can you go into?
Oh my gosh.
The nutritionist
Oh, okay.
advantage.
There's an advantage called nutritionist that allows you to help heal people by giving them food. Generally, it would be like you would have to take. Did you take the advanced version where you can
Yeah, the
do
two.
it for your cell?
Yeah, two dots. Yeah.
Okay, it says here, Cell Chef. Yeah, your whole cell recovers 1 extra superficial health level at the beginning of a session that begins with you having had the opportunity to prepare a meal for them. Oh, I'm sorry. So, unfortunately. Normally, they would just recover an extra level when you heal normally, which is like at the end or beginning of a new session or adventure. So it's not like you can just give them healing potions. Although I don't want to ruin the moment, so I'm going to say
like a once per, because we don't necessarily go in like full session, right?
No, I hear you. I like where you're going with this, and I don't think I don't want to ruin this moment. Okay, I just want everybody to know that I'm using the rules correctly, because I do like to use the rules correctly. But in this particular case, I am going to rule that if Kip wants to pop this nutritious shake and take a sip, then maybe that level of superficial damage could go away.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try anything at this point. These dogs really had their way with me.
Just as you touch your hand to the tab of the can, you hear a click. It's not the can opening, it's the sound of a shotgun. And in the doorway of the house is a man with a big full beard and a huge head of hair, and he's pointing a shotgun at all of you, and he says, "Who are you?" And that is when we'll go to a commercial break.
Oh my God.
We will be right back with more Hunter the Reckoning on the Glass Cannon Network when we come back from a word from our sponsors. See you in a minute. We're back, and there's a shotgun aimed at your goddamn head. This is Hunter the Reckoning, a game from World of Darkness Renegade Game Studios, and we are so happy to be returning to the adventure where our friends Kip Van Poplin and our friend Winnie and our friend Zeke are investigating a strange house underneath the overpass that was guarded by vicious stray dogs. Zeke used his connection to God to get the dogs to back off, but now there's a man standing in the doorway with a shotgun aimed at all of you. He's got a very full beard, a golden beard, and a big golden head of hair, and he looks like someone who lives off the land. He looks like a Grizzly Adams type. He's barrel-chested, and he's holding a big shotgun at your faces, and he asks, "Who are you?"
We just got a little turnaround is all, and ran into some stray dog. We made no harm, and
Those are my dogs.
well, if you could call them off, this one gave me quite a. If you can see, gave me quite a quite a nip here.
Who are you?
He comes down. He lowers the shotgun. He comes down. You can tell that the dogs are kind of slinking away now. They're kind of they've stopped growling. They've left the perimeter that Zeke established. And he says, "I'm Amos White."
Amos White.
Hey, Zeke.
Have you come for our service? You're a little late, I'm afraid.
You were holding the service in the clearing?
That's right. All are welcome.
Oh, is that right?
Seemed like all are welcome. This dog just bit the heck out of me.
What kind of service?
I'm sorry, but you shouldn't go sneaking around people's houses at midnight. You're liable to get bit. I trained these dogs to protect my land.
We're not sneaking, dude. We were just going to the clearing like, everyone meets up there usually. And then, like, your dogs just came out of nowhere and were, like, woofing and growling and, like, we had no choice. We came here to safety. That was God's will.
So what exactly are you doing out here? You didn't come for the service, so why are you at my house?
It seems like we were just a little late for the service, but when's the next one?
Tomorrow night.
Every night?
We'd love to see you there. Lately, we have been going every night. The spirit moves us.
And I was just helping out these young people. I was just making sure these young people were okay. That's it.
The spirit? You talking about that Holy Ghost?
That's right. Are you a Christian?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah, we're all Christians.
I was born.
Well, then, you'll really want to see what our services are like. They're special. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. I promise you that.
Very cool.
Alright. Can I like size him up? Like can I get a vibe check on this guy?
A vibe check, sure. What dice pool do you think you used to get a vibe check on him? I believe that there's an insight skill, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I was just wondering if I was gonna
Wits
push
plus
towards.
insight. I'm
not sure.
Yes.
I'm not decided, but I was thinking maybe.
Well, now this is the time to decide because you feel as you're looking at him that that God has asked you to do something here.
Yeah, right.
And
I literally just felt God's power within me. So like I feel I'm really and just got that text that said his followers are being led astray. So I'm really channeling it in here. So I'm thinking that wits plus occult. If we're looking at the same thing.
Okay. Wits plus occult. Is that are you looking at the dice pool for sense the unnatural?
I am.
Okay, so go ahead and put another edge on your sheet. Sense the unnatural. And you already took a perk for the other one, so these are your two edges.
Yeah.
And let's see.
Okay, so I don't have a lot of wits, but it's okay. It's okay.
All right. So yes, it's wits plus occult. And by the way, it doesn't exactly work where you can pinpoint it exactly. So sense of the unnatural is an edge. It is an endowment.
Okay.
So it is an edge that goes beyond the natural, exceeding the mundane. It is sort of a holy moment in time that you seize powers that beyond your own. You use God's perception. But it will only allow you to know if there is something strange going on. It will not let you pinpoint who or what it is. So, how did you do on your wits plus occult roll?
Well, maybe that's not as. Can I retcon? I feel like maybe that's not as good as I was. I didn't read it all the way through. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, if you get that's okay. If you get the perks, it becomes pretty powerful. Precision, range.
Then you're able to kind of tell what things are eventually, or like.
Exactly.
Because I think Okay. All right. I got no success.
So
wait, one.
So did you take the edge or not? You talked about retconning just now.
Well, yeah, because I wasn't sure. I mean, like, because I already got a perk, I don't know how XP works in this system. You know, like how.
We're doing a 5-episode chronicle, so probably it doesn't work very well.
Right, exactly. I think I would just use, this seems more just like insight on like getting a vibe. If it's not going to tell me where it is, yeah.
No problem at all.
Take it
So
back.
just roll wits plus insight on the man then.
Okay. Oh god, that's a way worse pool. And it's, 1 success.
1 success. All I can tell you about this man as you're looking at him, Zeke, is that even though he's like a hairy backwoods kind of barbarian looking dude, there's something so charismatic about him. Like when he tells you you're welcome, you feel absolutely welcome. And you think that this guy is handsome. This guy could be a huge influencer.
Hey, do I know you from somewhere? Are you plugged in?
I've lived here my whole life. You might have seen me around town.
Yeah, just something looks familiar about you, you know? I get despite the doggos, you know, coming in, like I get some good vibes.
The doggos, as you call them, are the way that I keep my family safe.
Respect, yeah.
Family.
Family means a lot to me.
Me too. I got a couple of boys.
Shut up, Poplin.
So,
It's Van Pop.
so can I expect to see you tomorrow night?
Most definitely on my count. Jared, am I allowed to check this guy's shit out?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I'm aware as fuck.
Yeah, do you want a wits plus awareness roll?
Absolutely.
Okay.
5, 6, 7.
So wait, I want to make something clear. Awareness is different from insight. Insight would tell you about the person. Awareness will tell you about things that you notice in the environment and things going on around you.
Can I go insight?
You certainly may.
I'm gonna do insight and wits. 3 successes.
3 successes. Insight lets you know that.
Oh no, I got 4. I got a 0. I gotta remember to count 0.
Okay, and remember, if you get 2 zeros, that's a critical because that's 2 10s. So always keep that in mind.
Okay.
So this man has a tremendous confidence and an aura of power about him. He is not afraid of you in any way. He is not actually scared, that people were breaking into his house. He seems a lot calmer than you would be if you were woken up in the middle of the night with people banging on your door.
Okay.
Can I tell if he's good or evil?
No, you can't tell that, but you did get 4 successes, didn't you?
Yes.
There's a little bit of blood on the corner of his mouth.
Jeez.
Amos, thank you for your lowering the gun, and you can plan on seeing me tomorrow night. What about you, Zeke? How about you, Mr. Poplin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there with you.
Jared, I think. Okay, so here's maybe something. So Kip kind of struggles up, and he's trying to, his leg is jacked up, but he's feeling a little bit better from sipping that sweet creatine.
That energy.
The taurine is just giving him some confidence right now that he's getting up. And I think, is there a way that I could see past his shoulder? He's standing in the doorway, and see into the house. Could I take a roll for that? Because I feel like...
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So the way you would do that is you would give me this would be a wits plus awareness roll to see inside the house.
Wits plus awareness. Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. This is good because I got a 4 dice roll finally because got some wits. 4 successes.
Ooh. What do we say?
4 successes.
Yes. I got 8, 9, 9, 10.
Okay. So here's what happens. You look up to that lit window, and you see someone staring down out of it, and it looks to be an older woman, and she is all bones, like skin pulled taut over her face, and her crooked hand that kind of grips the edge of the window, and she's being very surreptitious, but just for a moment you see her pull back a ragged old curtain and stare down at you with a look of malice in her eyes, and then she shuts the window.
That makes Kip's blood run cold. But I'm not gonna, obviously because I'm someone who knows how to play his cards close to his vest, and I am wearing a vest. I don't show that I've seen this at all. I just continue to struggle up and prop myself up against the door and stand, and just gonna keep that to myself for now.
Okay.
I got you, Mr. Van Poppen. I'm gonna
thanks, kiddos.
Give him an arm and help him.
I think
So,
we should.
as you guys are you guys sort of making an exit now?
Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow night.
Yeah, see you then.
So as you are making your exit, the dogs, which were kind of still on the perimeter, suddenly, like, all at once, like as if directed in unison, they all move out of your way and all run behind the house in one direction.
Even my Damon?
No. Oh, is that his name, Damon?
His name. You gotta have a biblical. You gotta have a biblical name for.
I've been calling him Gnarly.
Oh,
Gnarly.
Gnarly. Gnarly
Very
kind
biblical.
of. Gnarly has moved into the woods a little bit. The woods that are right on the edge of this dell, and Gnarly is there waiting for you. But I'm not trying to end the scene. If anybody has any final thing to do, Amos White stands there, illuminated by a light behind him, and is watching you as you exit.
I think we'll be there at the service. I think we've. I've definitely seen enough.
Real quick, Amos, here's I have a hanky I keep with me. You have a little, Amos, you have a little,
Oh, make a Wits plus Insight roll.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
make a what?
Wits plus Insight roll.
Oh my god! I'm so.
One fucking success.
That's enough for you to see that he is barely containing his rage that you have pointed that out, or that has been noticed. And he takes the handkerchief from you and wipes his face and says, "Thank you."
Went a little strong on the ketchup there.
I was eating when you disturbed me.
Well, we hate to.
So you're not an intermittent faster, huh?
All right, kiddos. Why don't we
This
get
guy
the
has
heck
midnight
outta
snacks, apparently.
here? Yeah, seriously.
You got any cannabis in there, dude?
Winnie.
Sorry.
Well, kiddos, this has been really informative. I think we should probably get back. It's late. Your folks are probably worried about you.
Wait, are you sure that you have somewhere to go? I'm a man of God. Would you prefer to come in? Do you need some help?
Hey, we've got school in the morning, my dude. We didn't establish what day. Yes, we did. It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
We got school in the morning, my dude. Gotta catch those Z's.
All right, well then I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. What was your name again?
My name is Ezekiel Gaius Oakley. You can find me at Skating Preacher Boy online, though. Hit me up.
Right. And you're... And he looks at Winnie.
In fact, I'm going to take a quick selfie.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, yeah.
You guys are really buffooning my NPC character. You're like, we take a selfie with him. We're wiping his face.
But we're being such little dickheads. Am I allowed to lie? I feel like lying about my name, Jared.
Why wouldn't you be allowed to lie? You can do whatever you want. Yeah.
All right. My name is Alex. Amos.
And you, sir?
Yeah, Kip kind of looks. Kip kind of glances over, wondering if he should also lie, because Kip is just gonna say, "Hey, friend, you can just well, I'm a friend to all. Friend to all."
And Jared,
All right, friend.
I know I'm already being such a little dickhead, but like, I'm about to leave with this guy's dog. And I don't want to talk shit about that. Do I just keep it quiet that I'm taking Gnarly? She's coming with me.
It doesn't look like he's noticed yet, so maybe you can.
I won't say
just.
shit.
Yeah. So I am going to end the scene now. It seems like you guys are finally going to exit. He says, "Well, friend, I'll see you tomorrow night." To Kip, who gave the weirdest answer possible. I'm a friend to all.
Just the creepiest pervert.
And so you can tell me where you go. Tell me a little bit about what it sounds like you're going home, or do you guys talk after this? Probably you would talk.
Yeah.
So once you've
we're
gotten out of
talking.
earshot, once you're back in the woods and you're headed back toward your cars, let me know what happens then.
Yeah, I don't like this, guys. I do not like this. All right.
Oh, absolutely
What the heck are you guys
not.
doing out here?
Okay, Mr. Van Poplin, when we were walking, we were going to the clearing, just like we said we were. We're going to just check it out, see how all the other, our usual friends who are normally at our youth, at Excite. I was just
but I
going to
didn't
see
think
what
you'd
they were
be
doing.
getting into all that. That guy with the gun and everything. I mean, geez.
That wasn't by choice, man, dude. Look, I got a text straight from God. This is what he said. There is a false
When you look
prophet.
at your phone now, that text is no longer there. It's another one of the boilerplate kind of like Bible
AI.
quotes that the app sends you. Yeah.
Winnie, you saw it, right? You saw it.
Definitely. I definitely saw it.
It said there's a false prophet leading his followers astray, and I gotta do something about that. When God texts me direct like that, I gotta respond.
And you think Amos is the false prophet?
Yeah, I think he is.
Look, I don't know what you kids are up to with all these apps and all this crud. All I know is that guy had a gun, and I did not like what's going on inside that house, but
We gotta check out the service and see who he's leading astray. I mean, you saw how empty Excite was tonight, dude.
Yeah. Half the students at Excite are coming to the clearing. This guy has blood on his mouth. Do we know about the lady in the window?
What?
Did you see blood on his mouth? What did you see?
I haven't told you about the lady. I haven't told
Okay.
anybody about the lady in the window.
Yeah, I saw blood on his mouth, and he was pissed when I called it out. What did you
He's-
see?
I
Did you see inside the door? Did you see anything?
just have a bad feeling. I just have a bad feeling.
Are you holding out on us? You're not telling us something. I absolutely know, Kip. You're not telling us something.
It feels like you're not telling us something, Kip.
Yeah,
And I only know this because I'm a major
Kip can keep
empath.
his own counsel. He doesn't have to tell you guys that.
yeah.
Look, yeah, Kip is our senior. I trust. He's our guide and mentor too. And if Mr. Van Poplin thinks this is for the best, I mean, but you gotta agree, God wants us to check this out. Check out the service. Make sure we don't have our friends being led astray. I can't stand by for that, dude.
I just want to make sure that we're doing this in a way that is safe for everyone. Kip has, well, all right, I have a proposal. Yes, we can go to the service, but I'm going to attend the service. I'm going to bring Brian, or I'm going to come with Brian, because Brian, I haven't told you all this, but I went by Brian's, and he also is attending this service. Brian Talbot.
Is Brian like starting a new group out in the woods?
I don't know. He wouldn't tell me much about it, but he said something about angels. It's kind of odd, to be honest. But
no bad vibes, dude.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting a lot of bad vibes, as you kids say.
We got to be ready to break this shit up, man. God said it was okay to curse too in the thread. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I know.
What? I don't get what you kids are doing with these things, but please.
Also, Kip, you and I should probably go to the ER and get a rabies shot.
Well, let's talk about your damage a little bit.
Yeah.
If you rest for a while now, I think that since it's only a one level of superficial damage, it might go away.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I think something. Could I? This is something I've always wanted to do. Weirdly, do you know how like in sometimes they'll just use super glue to like close up a wound?
Yeah, you probably have that in
sure.
your pocket protector.
Yeah, Kip reaches in because he's basically got like a flap hanging off his calf.
Ooh,
or the
glue that shut.
and I think Kip's gonna take out some super glue and just
Shut his flap.
yeah, shut the flap. Shut your flap.
I want to offer a edge to Kip based on everything that he's been telling me about all this stuff that he carries on him. There is an edge called improvised gear.
Yeah.
By utilizing objects and materials in the near, the hunter is able to devise any number of useful short-lived tools to aid them or their comrades. Anything from a 4-foot articulated periscope to splicing a surveillance camera feed to remote Bluetooth transmitter is possible. You're using it a little differently, but God, I really love it.
Yeah.
Do you have any craft?
Yeah. Do I have craft? Probably not. I'm such a manipulator. No craft. But
Okay.
But I do have. I feel. What does Streetwise give me? Anything?
Streetwise would allow you to talk to people who are lower class, people who are perhaps engaging in criminal activities. You would understand when you see a drug deal going down that it is in fact a drug deal. You would kind of know the places to buy illegal merchandise.
Okay. Well, something about Kip, just because he did spend a significant amount of time in prison, is that you are able to use mundane things to nefarious ends. I mean, this is how we in prison. You can turn you can turn a spoon into a knife and a paperclip into a lockpick and things like that. So it's not craft necessarily. These are just things that I know how to do because I spent so much time in the pen.
I think that you should take this because it's kind of how you're playing your character, and because we are running a session where we're kind of learning about our characters and their powers, like as we go. I think that I'm going to ask you if you would like to take 2 dots out of something and put them in craft, so that you have a good dice pool for this.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. That's great.
Okay,
so that's I have an edge of what's it called?
It's called improvised gear.
Great.
Heck yeah.
Improv gear.
Yeah, improv gear. So you're gonna roll intelligence
it's a flannel
plus
shirt.
craft.
Yes, and
you can roll intelligence plus craft or technology. If you have technology, you can use that, or science. You have your choice of the 3, and then you want to you usually want to meet a difficulty of 4. So we want a nice big pool for you here. Do you have any? You don't know about the internet, so you probably don't have any technology rating, do you?
No, not.
What's your intelligence rating?
My intelligence is a 3.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then if you put some into craft, you're gonna be doing pretty well.
So I'm taking 2 out of something.
Yeah, take 2 out of something and throw it into craft.
Great.
And do you think you want perks for this, or do you want to just use it as is and see if you get another edge?
I would like to see if I get another edge.
I think that makes sense. All right, I'll let you think about that as I listen to Zeke tell me, where do you retire to, Zeke? What's your home life like?
I think I go back to like a nice sort of like upper middle class home where my loving parents are there taking care of my little sister Mary. You know, she's real young. So I'll come in quietly and be like, "Hey, Mom and Dad, what's up? Sorry, went a little late with
It's
the
very
with
late. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay."
But they know, they trust you because they know that you have a commitment to Christ. So they go.
There was a religious emergency this evening.
Your mom says, "Son, we
Yeah.
trust you. We know that you're a soldier for the Lord.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
You're of an age where some nights the battle's going to keep you out a little late."
It's true. There were a lot of straying souls tonight. But that's the work I do.
Well, here's a cup of warm milk,
Thank you.
and get up and get to bed, okay? You got school in the morning, kiddo.
Will do. I take the warm milk and scurry up to bed.
That's how you can tell it's the Midwest. Warm milk.
You know, after prayers, then go sleep.
Very good. Let's talk to Winnie. Winnie, well, tell me about your home when you get back there.
My parents rarely know where I am. I rarely know where they are. We live in a very like high-end modern loft in an old like canning factory, like industrial building that has been turned into like these very modern condos, and everything is like wired, and the lights turn on when I walk into a room, and the refrigerator is on the internet and everything, and I come home, nobody's home, and I just sort of like treat my wounds, eat a slice of cold pizza out of the fridge, and like walk and sit down in front of the TV and start watching TV.
The dog Gnarls wants some of the pizza.
Yeah, I definitely give Gnarly some of the crust, some of the cheese. Make sure not to give it anything in case there's any olive oil or garlic on it. That's not good for dog.
Right, and the other thing, Winnie, is that your parents are not here at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday morning.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
You are used to it, but this time it's a little longer than even normal. Normally they check in at some point, and you think it's been maybe a week since you've seen them.
Yeah. I like check my phone. I like check the alarm system to see if like it's been armed. I reset the alarm, make sure the home is armed. I send a text to my mom and then my dad separately.
You get no text back from your parents, and this is something that is repeated over the course of the week. You've already texted them once or twice.
Yeah, that's why I'm eating pizza, ordering food all week. I don't know how to cook for myself, and my mom's not here a lot.
Yeah, I guess as your storyteller, I'm trying to maybe let you know that your character might at this point start to become concerned. This is longer than they've ever been missing, and they're not texting you back.
Yeah, should I try to just like I call him.
It goes to voicemail immediately. Meanwhile, Kip, you come home at 1 o'clock in the morning, and how's the home life? What happens?
Well, I walk in the door and loosen my bolo tie and put it on my little peg where there's like 6 other bolo ties.
Sans turquoise rock.
Turquoise rock, so everything's quiet in the house. my beautiful twin sons are probably quietly sleeping up in their room that they still share.
Yeah.
It's like everything in this house is beige. It's the most beige house you've ever seen. And they're a collection of precious moments figurines that my wife Brenda keeps. Now something is really here's something really kind of fucked up. Is Kip goes to go to bed, but he doesn't go upstairs where you think the bedroom would be. Off of the kitchen, there's sort of a walk-in pantry, and before he goes upstairs, he opens the pantry, and there's a hospital bed in there, and his wife is in the hospital bed. She's just basically like she's an invalid, like she's like almost wasting away in this bed. And he just, checks in on her. She's completely, she's asleep or maybe, catatonic, whatever. And he just, and then
He flips her.
Yeah, he flips.
She should be flipped once in a while.
Yeah, he goes over, he tenderly rubs his thumb sort of on her forehead and looks at her, but then, backs away. Turns off the light. It's very unnerving. It's clear that this woman's been very sick and has continued to be in this bed for a very long time.
That's so sad. I have a new understanding of Kip.
Yeah, whoa.
He gets into his own bed, slowly sleep washes over him.
Yep.
And the next thing he knows, he is moving through his favorite retail store. What would that be? It could just be Target.
It's Ross, Dress for Less.
Oh, okay. So, Kip, you're pushing a cart through Ross, Dress for Less. And from among the coats and the sweaters, the host of his favorite television show is walking around inside the Ross, Dress for Less. What do you think Kip's favorite TV show is?
It's classic Family Feud where Louis Anderson was the host.
Right. So Louis Anderson is moving through the coats and things, and then looks at you and goes, "Kip, hi."
Oh, hey, Louis.
Oh, I'm not actually Louis. I'm Jesus Christ. I'm appearing this way because I'm inside of your subconscious.
Oh, my lord. Show me messages from.
Do we have messages? And then on the wall of the Ross Dress for Less, ding! Messages comes up number 1. 57 people said messages.
Wow. Yes, Lord, Louis, Lord. I'm here.
You can call me Lord.
Yes, Lord. I want to know. Something's going on. I can feel it. There's something really odd and strange. What's behind all this? I need to know.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I've got your back, but I need your help.
Okay.
Those kids you were with tonight, they're important.
Oh, I know.
They're close to me.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
You gotta keep them safe. But more than that, you gotta watch out for your flock right now.
My flock? I'm not sure if anybody would say they were in my flock, but who's my flock? My church?
They're your flock. They're your flock, Kip. I know you want great things. You want to be on the board of elders.
Yeah, more than anything.
I can tell you that there's a chance. That there's a very good chance that you're the kind of person I want on that board. But first you have to save the church.
All right, I'll do whatever I can, Louis, Lord.
Listen to me. Tomorrow night when you attend the service, when Amos starts preaching, people are going to start seeing things.
they'll say it's angels, but it's really demons. I want you to hold something that reminds you of me. When that happens, hold it tightly in your hand. And I promise you, you will not see the demonic visions. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that, Lord. Louis.
What object are we going to hold here? What do you think we're going to hold?
I'm going to hold a something that reminds me of, well, I think I'm going to try to carry this vision that I've had with me, and so I know that back in my regular reality, I'm trying to think of the most recent thing that I purchased at Ross Dress for Less.
Yeah.
And that thing is this little, it's a little figurine that I bought for my wife. I continue to buy her those little Precious Moments figurines, even though she has no idea that I do that. She's just completely out of it. But so I'm going to hold, it's a Precious Moments figurine of a little boy fishing.
Yes. Yeah. Aww. And I shall make ye fishers of men.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly why I bought it for Brenda.
I like you, Kip.
I love you, Lord Louis.
I love you. Yes, I love you. All right, you're really dreaming this, so wake up now. You're back in your bed. This is all in your subconscious.
And just like Kip shoots out of bed like upright, and he's just soaked in sweat. And he immediately goes downstairs, goes and finds the figurine, the Precious Moments figurine. Remembers that he's still got it. Okay, totally relieved. All right, this is it. This is what I'm going to carry with me.
Very good. And you have it, and as you grasp it in your hot little hand, you see the first light of dawn start to break over the town of Green Gardens, Missouri. And now I would like people to tell me anything significant about how they spend their day before attending the service. So our final scene will take place at the service that everybody has agreed to attend. But I would like to know if there's any special preparation. Briefly let me know if there's any special preparation that you undergo today to get ready for this. So let's start with, I say, Winnie. And is there anything that you do today that's significant before attending the sermon?
Well, I want to get rest to take away my health problem.
Very good. So do you skip school and maybe take it easy?
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you, Jared, what should I do to pursue where are my absentee parents?
That's a really good question. You've suspected for a while that your parents are involved in something beyond what they say that they do, and now you're worried that they might be dead or worse, but you're not quite sure how you would investigate it. You spend the day getting better, and you can go ahead and remove your one superficial health level of damage, and you'll need to tell me if you can think of any way that you would. I think you could investigate your parents' disappearance today, but you'd have to do it in your home because you're staying home and getting better. So what do you think you do? Maybe you roll an investigation roll?
Yeah, because couldn't I call their colleagues?
No, you don't know who their colleagues are. You call the front business that they say that they work for, and they tell you, the business that they say that they work for, did we establish this yet? I don't think that we did we?
That I'm from an org family.
Yeah, you know that, but your character's not quite 100% aware of how deep it goes or what kind of org it is. You just know that your parents lie to you and are gone many nights.
Right.
And I think that they tell you that they work for a lumber supply company, but when you call over there, the people are like, no, they've been away on a business trip for, about, I think, 7 or 8 days.
Yeah, that's so weird to travel for lumber. I have 2 points on investigation. Should I just roll that?
Well, you should add it to your, let's say, intelligence.
Zero.
Oh no!
You look all over the house for some clue, but you find none. If they have left any clues, they've been very, very careful. You can't get any clue as to what it is they actually do from searching your house. But I would encourage you to keep this thread going and keep trying. But for now, we're going to move to Zeke. Zeke, is there anything you do this day to kind of prepare for attending the service tonight?
2 things. 1, in the morning, I make sure to prep 3 protein shakes that I will be handing so that they have it, and first thing in the morning, whatever happens tonight happens, they'll have it the next day. I want to prep that, get it done. Secondly, I'm going to draft a social media post to have at the ready. That I'm going to look at the selfie, right, that I took.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw on that. I'm going to do some old, devil horns around him, put, false prophet all over this, and draft up the caption to be like, "My friends, we have a false prophet among us trying to lead us astray. God does not wish for you to follow this path. Come back under his light, and remember, you can be the receptacle." And I'm just gonna have that at the ready to post, draft it on all the social media, It's not posting, it's a draft for sure, but those are the 2 things Zeke does. He goes to school still.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that is quite a bomb to drop. I would like to now hear from Kip Van Poplin. Kip, what do you do? Do you do anything during the day to prepare for attending this service tonight?
Well, my two things. One is I take Brenda to her doctor's appointment.
Yes.
And while I'm at the doctor, he kind of checks out my leg. He's like, "Why the heck did you super glue it, you idiot?"
Yeah.
And but so he patches me up a little bit, which is helpful.
That's nice of him.
Even though the creatine shake helped it the most.
Yeah. Dr. Larry Forbes. He's a friend of the family.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I do is I go. My beautiful twin sons are at school. Brenda's in her, there's basically no news from Larry Forbes. He's basically like, we don't know what's wrong with her. She's just going to continue. She's wasting away. We don't know why.
Yeah.
But the other thing I do, and this is because, Kip is very good with finance, and he's also very good with subterfuge. Kip, he loads up with some cash. He brings some money that he has that's in a panel that's kind of like near in the kitchen. He opens up a cabinet, and in the back under the sink, he kind of opens it up, and he's got some money back there, because I think he just has he's got the sense that he might need it.
Very good. Yeah. So
always bring an offering to church.
Right. He can really fill the offering plate here.
Yeah. So he brings about, I'm going to say he brings a couple $1,000.
Wow. Okay. How he'll put that into use is up for grabs. It's a question we may answer. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and cut ahead. If everybody has prepped as they would like, I'm going to cut ahead to where you're climbing the slope toward the clearing, and I can tell you that the atmosphere is very different on this night, because you can see that the big lights that they've set up are on, shining out of the woods, and you can hear many voices, and you actually see the shadows of other people heading toward the clearing with you.
Everybody's coming out tonight.
It looks like I know where we've been losing members to.
Yeah, and Brian Talbot is with you, Kip, and he's like, don't be afraid. This man is a man of God.
Well, if you say so, Brian. I mean, you're a man of God, as we all know. We trust you.
And slowly, everybody filters into the clearing where there have been chairs set up, and standing there in the center of the lights in an open area, dirt and mud, in the center of the whole thing is Amos White. He's no longer holding a shotgun, but he is dressed well. He's dressed in an old suit that has been, meticulously cleaned, and a white shirt with the collar quite open to let out his prestigious chest hair. And he is
prestigious chest hair.
Sorry,
what a detail.
Prodigious.
But it also has a great reputation.
I think I did say. I think I did say prestigious, but I meant prodigious. You are looking around, and I would love wits plus awareness rolls from everybody.
Okay, and I'm assuming we grouped up. Yeah, I think that's what I would. At least Zeke would
you guys
do.
are together. Yes.
5 successes.
0, which is par for the course.
1.
Okay, it's only Winnie who looks around and realizes that some of the people here are surprising. There are people that have power in this area, including the sheriff and the county selectman. People that normally wouldn't attend a backwoods, out in the woods, 10 p.m. Thursday night service are here, and some of them have quite a bit of power in the community. And so, as you enter and take your seats, Amos White says, "Welcome, welcome. It's so good to see new friends here." And he looks directly at Kip and at Ezekiel, and then at Alex. He looks at the three of you. Then he said, "Tonight's sermon is about blood. The blood of Jesus Christ, and how it washes away sin. When we ask Jesus to enter our hearts and make us new, his blood, it starts to flow through us. And it's very real, everyone." And he continues to preach, and his theme is blood. And as you all know, there are many passages in the Bible about blood, but perhaps having seen his lips last night, Winnie, you feel a little uneasy about this particular subject. Would anybody like to make a Wits plus Insight roll to learn something about what's going on here as he preaches?
Yes.
Yes. I'll see. Maybe I'll do the roll because mine was so bad last time, but I do have decent wits and insight.
Okay.
Ooh. 2 10s and a 6.
2 10s. That's so cool.
And a 6.
Roll. Yeah.
Okay. 2
Right.
10s. You know what? Greg's roll is so huge, I'm gonna let the other rolls matter less. Okay, with you get a critical, and you realize that seated over to the side in the shadows, away from everybody else, where you don't really notice her, is the old woman that you saw last night.
Yep.
But more important than that, you notice that Amos White is every once in a while glancing at her meaningfully. He's being very covert about it, but you can tell that he really cares what her reaction is to what he's doing. He is very much, the power dynamic you're seeing is that Amos has less power than her.
Oh, great.
And you noticed that, Kip. You're the one that noticed her last night, and you noticed her again. But by now, Amos has worked up a head of steam, and he's shouting, "And the blood will wash us clean, and the blood will make us see things as they are, the hidden world that hides from all of us. Can you see it?
Can you see it, brothers and sisters? And you hear everybody going, yes, I can see it. Can you see it? Now is the time to open your eyes. The end times are upon us. You need to see the world as it is. You need to see those that lurk and that hide in the corners of our vision. They are angels. And he's really screaming, and suddenly the entire clearing feels different. It gets a little hotter, a little more humid. Perhaps it's all the sweat that's wicking off of Amos White, or perhaps it's everybody getting so excited and shouting. Brian Talbot is screaming like, yes! And that is when I would like everybody to make a willpower roll, except
Kip.
for Kip, who probably realizes this is the moment where he needs to make a different kind of roll.
Yeah.
But before he does, I want to hear the willpower rolls from our friends Ezekiel and from.
Wait, is that stamina?
No, willpower is it's its own trait right beside health.
I just got
It's
three
equal to your
ten-
resolve plus composure.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
I got 3 10s and a 9.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Okay,
I think that's 6 successes, right?
that's a lot.
I have 1 success.
1 success. So your 3 10s and a 9. You take each double of 10s as its own instance.
Right.
So you
isn't
got
the
4 from the 2 10s. The other
And
10
then-
is a success, and then yeah, that's 6. You're right. Absolutely. Sorry. And how did you do, Winnie?
1 success.
1 success. Not quite enough. So you are kind of shielding yourself from this rhetoric, from this sinister speech. No, I mean Ezekiel is, but not you, Winnie. Winnie, you are completely, for a moment, you start to see things. The whole clearing starts to shake, and in front of you, in the center of the clearing, wheels of light start to form, and the wheels of light suddenly become solid. They're no longer just of light, but they are made of flesh. These are wheels of flesh, and there are 4 of them, and they are interlocking, and as you watch the wheels of flesh turn, and eyes open all over the wheels, and there's a deafening buzz in the air, and that is where we are going to stop for today. That is the vision that you see, and that is what we are going to handle when we come back next time.
Oh my god.
Damn, dude.
I'm hungry.
Jared.
Yeah, Kip, can you take us to McDonald's?
Yeah, well, everybody's going to get McDonald's after this. Let's say goodbye. We'll be back next week with more Hunter the Reckoning, and we'll get to the bottom of this false prophet. I want to say thank you to Greg Hess, Holly Laurent, and Josephine McAdam. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you all, and we'll see you next week.